Demons? What are demons doing in a prison? Demons. Encountering both in such a relatively short time is seldom a good sign. Either you are cursed with rotten luck or something is brewing. Unless Rebel's End is taken to enlisting monsters from the Abyss as guards, something has gone thoroughly awry. This is becoming increasingly distressing.
What is the Abyss exactly?
It is one of the lower planes, a seething pit of madness, rage, and destruction. Its endless layers are populated with demons of all shapes and forms, varying in intellect and cunning, but uniform in their desire to wreak chaos and kill. The Abyss is reckless, thoughtless evil made manifest.
How worried should I be about this?
Very. If there are this many demons in one room, then there are likely to be others. They were likely summoned and then broke free from their summoner. If the summoner was particularly careless, they may have left a portal open, through which more demons and demonic spirits could enter our world. Unfortunately, I think that the lockdown we just lifted may have been the only thing keeping them here in the prison.
Do you think that Kimmerin has anything to do with them being here?
I doubt it, unless Kimmerin were presented with a too tempting opportunity, was consumed by vengeance, or had simply gone mad. He would not risk summoning demons. They would do as much damage to his precious wilderness as any human host would, polluting and tainting the land with their very presence.
How likely is it that the prison's keepers have summoned these things?
Unlikely. The Lord's Alliance may be only as good as their interests allow, or as benefits them, but they are intelligent enough to know that summoning demons for help is an often counterproductive and deadly proposition. They would forbid such practices within their institutions, including this one.
Any advice going into this?
Yes. Don't die, and get out as quickly as you can.
Helpful.
As we go, look for evidence of a cult like the one we found near Candlekeep. If we find who or whatever created the portal, we may in turn discover a way to collapse it. Those are the guards. Either there is a spellcaster nearby animating them, or they've been possessed by demonic spirits. I do not see evidence of the warden, nor anyone else. He likely took the keys with him, but you might still want to search this room. See what you can find.
You sort through the room, but nothing catches your eye. There doesn't seem to be much here, aside from forms and other documentation that don't provide any information. You sort through the room, but there doesn't seem to be much here. Pulling aside a loose brick in the wall, you find a lockbox tucked into the empty space. Lacking a key, you can either try to pick the lock with your meager tools, or try to bust it open. After spending about 10 minutes fiddling with a tumbler and pin combination, you find odd implements around that can act as a poor man's substitute for a crowbar, and begin wedging the lid open a hair's breadth at a time. Once there's enough space to fit your fingers between the lid and bottom, you flex your muscles and heave, ripping the lock and hinges from their settings to discover a small potion inside. Looks like the warden was preparing for the worst. Maybe a prison break. There doesn't seem to be much here, aside from forms, and you sort through the room, but nothing catches. There doesn't seem to be much here, aside from you sort through the room, but there doesn't seem to be much.
That looks like it was probably the warden. Their body is no longer their own. No choice, no movement, not commanded by something else. A puppet. Nothing to be done, no helping them, nothing. Have to break him. That is all. Just break what is left. Break the shell. Break the puppet, and it will be over. There. There. It is done. Good work.
Are you okay? You sounded a little lost for a while there.
I am fine now.
But that was distracting. If you're going to freak out, then do it quietly. Your blabbering could have gotten me killed.
Right.
Sorry. That was uncalled for. I know this is disturbing for you. I'm just stressed after fighting that thing.
I understand. I will try to control myself better in the future.
That seemed to really affect you. Do you want to talk about what just happened?
This is too familiar. Like what happened in my cave, the close spaces, being unable to do anything, having to watch everything around me without the power to influence it. Then seeing someone else whose body's been stolen from them and turned into a marionette for someone else's amusement or cruel deeds, while I am forced to feel you break what is left of them. And I see me in my body instead of a skeleton, and it just makes everything... I feel everything that you feel, and see everything that you see in a physical sense, but my emotions are still my own, and they color our experiences differently. I see them differently in that way, and I cannot control how those experiences affect me, and that in itself makes it worse. The lack of control, that is. Feeling even more helpless and all the more weak and pathetic because of it. It spirals into panic or becomes a dark pit that I lose myself in, and it does not stop. Even after whatever we have done ends, I still feel it. For a long time afterward, minutes, hours, pretending to be fine, even speaking normally, is exhausting in a way that should not apply to someone without a body.
I'm sorry. That's a lot. I knew you were feeling strained, but I hadn't realized it was that powerful. Again, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you, but do not be sorry. I do not mean this to sound ungrateful, but it feels more like pity than sympathy, even if my mind knows otherwise. Perhaps it is best we move on. Keys. Find the keys.
You sift through the shards of bone and scraps of torn clothes and armor until you hear a jangle. You retrieve a ring of keys, each of which is inscribed with runes and magic formulae. You would never have opened the cells without these.
Oh, the jingling of keys. Now that is a welcome sound. Certainly better than listening to screaming demons, anyhow. And who might you be? I see no uniform. You don't look like a demon to me.
No, you first. Who are you?
Oh, depends who's asking.
I don't work here and I'm not here to hurt anyone. Just tell me your name.
I could make you run around looking for whatever list the warden keeps the names of his prisoners on, but that wouldn't help either of us, would it? Aside from maybe making me giggle. I could really use a good laugh. Very well. My name is Mayastan Kimmerin. What do you want with me exactly?
Nalkra sent me to free you.
Oh, finally. She said she would figure something out, but I'd given up on her once the demons appeared.
What happened here? Why are there demons and where are the guards?
How much information do you think I can get while locked up in a stationary cell? Well, a fair amount, actually. About a week ago, there was an alarm. Like, if there'd been a prison break. But everyone was running toward the bottom level, and someone shouted about a portal or something like that. Almost none of those guards came back. And those who did were being chased by all of the lovely creatures you've encountered here yourself. My best guess is someone opened a portal to the Abyss, lost control, and was subsequently killed. Judging by the state of this place, it seems likely that the portal's still open too. As for the other guards, well, I wouldn't think about it too hard if I were you.
Will these keys get you out?
Why, yes, they will! Glad to see someone thinking ahead. That being said, I won't be going anywhere while that portal's still open, so you'll have to go find my magic focus too.
That wasn't part of the deal. I'm just here to get you out, and if I go even deeper into danger, then there's a good chance I won't come back alive to bring you outside.
Call it an addendum to your deal then. Look, even if you let me out right now, I haven't eaten in nearly a week. No guards to feed me, remember? I've only had the little water I could get from the snow on my windowsill, so I'll be useless without my magic. Also, I refuse to leave a portal into the Abyss open like a welcome mat to the material plane. Left alone, this thing could let through something truly horrific. Maybe someone would be able to take care of it eventually, but not before demons laid waste to forests and cities alike. Neither of us want that.
And what if I force you to come back with me to the Storm Giant?
Then I would be fighting you, kicking and screaming the whole way. Probably get a lot of attention from monsters and bandits that way. Doubt Nalcra would be happy with you either.
How did the portal open in the first place?
I haven't the faintest. Perhaps one of the guards was secretly a demon worshiper and agreed to let his friends in. Maybe someone just got careless with some other ritual, or were tricked into enacting the wrong one. Maybe someone sneaked in. Trust me, I've been scratching my head over this since it all started.
How are you and some of the other prisoners still alive? Wouldn't the demons have torn you apart by now?
Oh, trust me, they've tried. Multiple times. However, these cells are reinforced magically on the outside, and have constantly active anti-magic fields on the inside. Demons cannot teleport in, or shoot fire, or whatever at us, nor can they rip the doors off. Ironically enough, these cells are the safest places in the entire building, so far as I can tell.
Can you actually close the portal?
Oh, I should be able to. Even if I haven't been able to cast them, I could still prepare spells while locked up in here. Had a few things that could work at the ready just in case I ever got the chance. That being said, I'm starved and weak as a kitten, so I'll still need you to clear the way and take care of whatever's hanging around the portal before I'll risk exposing myself. I'm our only chance of nipping this crisis in the bud, after all.
I'll be back soon.
Okay, I'll be here.
Vair, we haven't been using your magic site as much, but I haven't seen any evidence of a cult or any other religious or magical activity aside from what's needed to keep this place running.
Oh, yes, strange.
Vair,
Just get us out of this prison.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we go up here. I think we're almost there. I can feel it. Or, maybe not? I don't know, I'm kind of getting unsure.
Marcus. Excellent. Have you cleared the path to the portal?
All of the demons have been killed.
Oh, you even took care of that big, bat-like thing? That one looked particularly menacing. If I'm being entirely honest, I nearly peed myself when it stopped by to try to get into my cell.
I'm sorry, the what?
Oh...
Nokra mentioned some sort of flying monster before we came, but we haven't seen it yet. Do you think it's still here?
Oh yes, I saw it just yesterday. If it hadn't flown off by then, something must be keeping it here. My guess is it's feeding off whatever energy's coming out of the portal. Or perhaps the lesser demons coming through, treating the portal like a fishing hole. Well, if that thing's still hanging around, then it will probably rip me to shreds the moment I try to seal the portal. I'll find a place to hide, or maybe just stay in this cozy and very safe cell until it's dead or driven off. Once you've done that, I'll close the portal and we can get out of this place. I would guess it probably perches somewhere up high. Might want to start searching the upper levels.
Oh, great. So we do have to fight the bat. Guess that means we go up this way. We almost there.
Wow, I've never actually been up quite this high. Is this what it's like for you? Viewing the world from above while flying? Everything spread out so endlessly.
It was.
Any chance those specks are dangerous or harming anything in the area?
What a lucky day this is. The two souls have come to be packaged into the same body. I was getting hungry.
It can sense me?
And hear you. Yes, one might say that it is a delight to encounter a soul as rich and potent as yours, noble worm. I cannot say that in all of my centuries I have ever consumed any of your kind, who are older than mere adolescents, young and tender, yes. But their souls do not have the potency that yours does. And all of this without contending with your fiery breath of iron-hard scales. Oh, you are most generous in coming here, so exposed.
The monster seems to be almost shivering in anticipation as it flexes its claws and bares its teeth. You get the sense that you might only have time for one question before the thing's patience runs out.
How did this portal open?
You do not know. Neither of you. To think that even such a wise beast as a dragon would not know the happenings and patterns of his own world. How little have you paid attention to what is around you? Don't worry, though. I will relive the universe of your arrogance. Luckily for you, you will not have to face your deity's judgment when I am done with you. Death will be the true end. Once I devour your souls, not even a shred shall remain in this universe.
Oh shit.
and destroy my body here. I was simply reforming the abyss. And when I do, and when my master carves a path into this world, nothing will stop me from hunting you down. Your souls will be mine in the end.
Well, that just happened. Let's head back to Kimmerin.
Oh, well, that was downright unsettling. Still, the deed is done. However, I fear that what magic I could work here today was limited and will only be a temporary solution. Once I have some rest, though, I can return and enact something more permanent.
Could you use the Rod of Alignment to keep the portal shut? Put things back the way they're supposed to be.
That is a good idea, but I do not know how to say this any more clearly than to say that the portal being open is how things are supposed to be. It seemed to have opened on its own, naturally. I've heard of such phenomena, but never seen it. I suppose we just got unlucky. Using the rod, though, would just reopen the rift, I'm afraid. Nothing can ever be easy, can it?
What about the other people still in the prison? It will be some time before more guards appear to help them.
Oh, I plan to free them all. I cannot abide by anything being trapped against its will. If these prisoners prove to still be dangerous to others, though, well, then it will be my responsibility to find and eliminate them. Lots of work if that happens, but I'll manage.
If they hurt people after you let them out, then you'll be just as responsible for any damage they do.
True, but I cannot punish someone for a crime they haven't committed yet. I'll just have to wait and see.
How can you trust them to not do whatever it was that put them in here to begin with?
Hopefully, they've learned from their mistakes by now. That being said, I will also make it very clear what will happen if they cause too much trouble.
Could you use the Rod of Alignment to keep the...
That is a good idea. It seemed to have opened on... Nothing can ever be easy.
Are you ready to go back to Nokra now?
Oh, once I've had a bite to eat, sure. There must be something around here that hasn't rotted or been gnawed on by demons. As soon as I'm rested, though, I'll turn into an air elemental or a snowy owl. Something. Fly to Nulkra's cave. I'll be there long before you.
Stay safe, then. Would have hated to go to all this trouble just for you to get eaten by a crag cat or something on the way back.
Yeah, well, the benefit of being a druid is that I can always turn into one of them if they try. Maybe insult their mother to get them to back off. You wouldn't guess it, but they're surprisingly touchy about their moms, crag cats. Never you worry. I'll see you there.
I thought the marker was being weird. Oh yeah, tell her the good news. And my horse is gone. Great. Oh, I could probably just get a new horse. No, I just realized the sword's being held by the right hand and the left hand space. What?
You have returned. Good. I can now say to your face that I do not enjoy being deceived, dragon.
I was afraid of this. Be careful.
What do you mean, dragon?
Do not lie. We know what you are.
I did a bit of divination while we were waiting for you. I had to make sure that the Rod of Alignment was going to someone trustworthy. Or, well, you withheld pretty important information, so maybe not someone trustworthy, so much as not going to turn the Rod toward destruction or the undoing of everything good in our world. We figured out what you would want the Rod for, and personally, I fully support your desire to return to your natural form, especially if it means unearthing whatever your attackers are planning.
And what about after the dragon is returned to its form? Can we trust them with it then?
I'd hope so. If not, though, we can always take it back. Either way, can't condemn someone for something they haven't done yet, right? Give it to them with my blessing.
Fine. But if you can hear me, dragon, I do this not for your sake. I do it for the child. They do not deserve to have their thoughts constantly invaded and should be able to live their life without someone constantly whispering in their ear. A person's mind is meant to be their refuge and safe haven, even when nowhere else is. Besides, there is something about you, child. A sense of impending significance, for lack of a better term. I have been in this world long enough to trust my intuition, and it tells me to keep an eye on you. Regardless of what happens to the dragon, I will be curious to know your doings. Now go. Hunt your quarry. And remember that the rod is not all-powerful. You must weaken your target first if it is a living thing. You have a battle ahead.
Any idea where we might find the creatures that stole Vair's body?
I tried scrying them too, but their lair seems to be protected from such spying. Sorry.
I may have an idea, though.
We'll take any advice you can offer.
Speak with the dwarves of Kelvin's Cairn. I have overheard their conversations whilst traveling as a storm. They speak of their kin in Mithril Hall facing a mysterious crisis, though I could not learn any details. Still, their troubles and yours could be related. If so, they may provide direction and help against a common foe.
It is as good a start as any. These foes are unnatural to our world, so they are bound to make disturbances that we might be able to follow.
Well, it's a start at least. Thank you both for your help.
Happy hunting!
Where'd my horse go? Damn. I was abandoned and left to die by my horse. Oh, there it is. Well, you know, this seems like a really good area to stop. We just did the boss battle, and we're about to talk to some dwarves. Well, you guys have a good one.